Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Fireside Cast. I am Eki in the booth with Resin on production. It is just us tonight. There is no duo for this show match between Team Khaltonus and Team DWW. This Newbie Cup, sponsored by Liquid.tf. Players, coaches are getting medals. I think there's placement medals as well. It's great. Don't know why I'm alone, really. It's a great question. But I guess coverage, staffing for this came a little short. So we're working with what we got here. All on my lonesome in this casting booth. But at least I have Resin here with me to make it bearable. So coming into tonight, it's gonna be Process and Bagel, Koth, and 5CP. Two very different game modes contrasting one another, and this is just supposed to be, exhibition game between all the coaches and some staff of TF2CC to give the newbies an idea of what they're going to be doing. But we do have the countdown. We have 12 in the server. We are going live. The first map of the night will be Process, and we are getting the show on the road. Doesn't look like one team. Actually, it looks like we're going to be seeing Team DWW a little bit quicker to the mid. Big bomb coming through onto the soldier here. I believe that's Khaltonus taking a lot of good damage very early on. Could be a free pick, and that could spell the end of the mid before it even starts. Grape Juice kind of weak here in the choke, but gets healed up once more. Big bomb coming through from the soldier on the side of TWW. They are getting in. They get a lot of good damage. They force players away. DWW will fall. Demo, I believe this is Fist, caught out inside the choke. And, inside the sewer, rather, will be able to rotate out now. I believe this is Gimme in. Dolly will be able to find that pick. She will be able to mop it up. Now, good fade coming in from, I believe this is Blue Star. Getting some fades, getting some eyes drawn towards them, but it's not enough. Team can't really push in off of that. And now it's going to be an equilibrium on this mid. Ubers are even. Player disad for the side of Team Khaltonus. They realize this. They're going to peel back with their health being down as well. No real reason for them to stay in, and Khaltonus ends up getting caught out inside of the sewer. So that is going to make it significantly more difficult for Khaltonus to hold on, or I guess Team Khaltonus, I should say, to hold on. But wait a minute. Blue Star now, DWW going down. Gimme and Earzy going to be able to find those picks respectively. Bomb toward Al-Qaeda to force the players out, and that will force Team DWW to back away into mid, and that should give Khaltonus a little bit more wiggle room. But unfortunately for them, as we all saw, they used that Uber. Going to make it significantly harder. They might have to try and rip a sack, and I think that's exactly what they just tried to do, I believe, using a grape juice through the choke there. Now, DWW, they have good advantage. Trying to get into this choke. Big bomb coming in from the side of, I believe this is Khaltonus. Not going to get too much actionable damage, though. Seer staying above 100 HP, and that will guarantee them second for free, but this will also allow the Ubers to even out, but I don't think they care. Team DWW getting through, forcing the demo to take the resup. Heavy coming up on the right side spawn door, looking at it from the spawner's perspective. Stickies are on the point. There's not a lot of players inside. Now that Uber coming out, they're waddling toward the point with the Uber instead of going toward the shiny people in heaven, trying to take the better Uber. Handshake, body block, do something with it. They're going to be opting to defend the point. Now there's no stickies on top of the point. There's going to be a soldier peeking out from the left side of heaven. DWW getting some damage taken their way. Blue Star and Greg Club will go down. Now DWW going down. This should have been a surefire win for the side of Team DWW if they had just played it properly. Have to go a little bit faster there, a little bit more aggressive, get more in their face as opposed to play in the heaven and try to get some cap time based on the positioning that was held by Team Khaltonus, but they did not recognize that. They did not act on it, and that will, unfortunately for them, not result in a round win, but that's going to be a nice breath to tank for the side of Team Khaltonus. Oh my, air shots! Oh my, it's just an exhibition game. You don't need to be doing that. Goodness, I mean, this is only the first map. We're going to Bagel after this, so if that's what we're seeing on the first map, Process, I think we're going to be in for a for a good night. IT here, push coming through from the side of Team DWW. They're going to be running through as fast as they can. They're going to be able to find the pick on the slice road. Now they're going to be chasing toward the point, finding as many kills as they possibly can. Grape Juice, very healthy, trying to get out and will be successful. Met up with a scout inside of upper right team. Now, Earsy and Fist, now just Fist, very, very weak, and their positioning is not looking great here. Team WW wants to take this into last as fast as they possibly can, and they should be doing this with this player at Sniper is up. They know of it. Pudis in front of him acting as a meat shield. There are some stickies on the point left over. Earsy will go down. Now there's stickies on top of the point, but no longer as they dead. Soldier playing behind him. I believe this is Grape Juice getting a lot of good damage, doing a lot of great damage. Oh my goodness gracious, the spam is plentiful. But unfortunately, nobody is on the point. They're all blasted away, and DWW is able to come in clutch with the point pressure to net his team the first round of the first map. Score 1-0 for Team DWW here in the first 4 minutes 30 as we move on to the next part of the game. Another mid. Should probably be slow, I would infer, and that's seeming like what we're going to be having. It does look like Khaltonus going to be moving forward through the red IT here now, playing out, looking for an opportunity, grabbing health. Now, players in the sad corner, Beam, especially Slice Rogue, in an disadvantageous position here, could get caught out, but the players on Team DWW are not fast enough to recognize. They lose Fist and Grape Juice on Khaltonus, however, and now Gimme as well. DWW and Blue Star are the only ones who have fallen. Now Slice Rogue falls as well, and now Khaltonus, it's a team wipe, or at least it should be if they can mop up this pick on an Earsy. Honestly, I think the chase here could be good, and it will come out on top for them on the side of Team DWW. Pretty dominant mid win there. A little slow, definitely. Wow. Okay, just don't even bother with the stickies in the choke here. Greg Club just waddles through, but now we transition a little bit of a slower part rather of the game. We should be seeing an Uber taken into last pretty soon. And just for clarity, these are coaches and TF2CC staff, I believe, just duking it out as a show match for the newbie so they can see what to expect. Now Uber coming into the last. They're going to be bombing forward. Greg Club getting some good damage in the heaven, but Sticky's still not cleared off of the point. They're going to be rotating the Uber to the right. Two players caught out here. They could be able to find the pick on the Slice Rogue, but they're not going to be able to do 30 HP, but they C9 it. They don't pay attention to the point. They're too focused on the players here on the right side of the last, and through the chaos, Team DWW able to waddle forward once more and snatch victory away. I guess Khaltonus is snatching defeat, but now we move on to another mid. That one only took about 2 minutes. And Team DWW looking like they're going to make this one a quick one if Team Khaltonus doesn't wrap things up soon or figure things out. Big bomb coming in through the choke. Earsy going to take a lot of damage. Will survive at the end of the day. Grape Juice going to be finding a 2-for-1 deal. Greg Club and Sears going down. Now Earsy going to be able to find the pick on the DWW. Ooh, DWW spoke a little too fast for my own brain to handle there. And as we go into this, or as we get back into this rather, Team DWW yet again going to be getting another team wipe on this mid, and I mean, I feel like what we're seeing right now from Team Khaltonus, it feels just like a little bit of a breakdown in communication. I feel like a lot of things here, you know, people are just kind of segmented, but you know, Khaltonus going to be able to find a pick onto No Way inside of IT here. Pressuring the choke, Ubers are about even, 10% Uber ad for the side of Team DWW, but don't really think that's going to be actionable. Actually, closer to 15 now, and, well, just kind of waiting for something to happen now. It's that lull in the game, as usually happens here. Now, what I would like to be seeing here is, honestly, this is 20% Uber ad. They can play a little bit further back. you can have your team DWW, try to pressure a little bit further forward, get that sack in early, but they're not going to. They're going to take it once those Ubers have evened out. Good bomb from the side of Team DWW. Going to get some decent damage. DWW and Blue Star are both going to go down here, so that's a 2-for-0 sack. Don't even get any damage onto the... Well, I guess they got a little bit onto Slice Rogue, but it's not actionable in the slightest. Now the counter coming through. Uber getting popped inside of the choke. Team DWW trying to get as much damage and kills as they can. Fist drops. Med does not use in the choke. They are opting to milk for as long as they possibly can, and I think this is worthwhile. You're going to be trading the beam. You're going to be trading the demo for the beam here inside of the choke. Red Club going to be, or Grape Juice rather, going to be able to find the good damage, and that should... Ooh, but the Uber used in their side of mid here on the point, so all for naught as they try to get a little bit too greedy, I think, and they will, unfortunately for Team Khaltonus fans, be walking into second with barely any ad, but they should be able to get this for free. They build it out properly. They might be able to take this in to last, but that remains to be seen. Grape Shoe should be caught out here, and yes, they will. Blue Star, with the help of DWW, they're going to be able to find that pick. And now, it's just a little lull that we all like to see here. A little bit of a relaxing moment, or relaxed moment, I guess I should say, for the side of DWW, and I guess for Khaltonus as well. But now it's I mean, the ball is really in Whoa. Beg pardon, my producer is just giving me fantastic information. There's a Thompson on the field. No Way is rocking the best weapon in all of TF2. And ooh, Earsy falling to Greg Club here. The trap on the doorway. Does not get clear, does not get spotted. So that'll be a free pick mopped up for the side of Team DWW. They want to send in a counter sack, now would be their opportunity, but their health is kind of low, so don't think they're... Oh, never mind. Their health is not low. I saw the dispenser building through the wall, and I thought that was somebody's health. I'm wrong. It's not their health. Sniper looking one dolly, trying to find something, but there is nothing there at the moment, anyway. Ooh, Spy. There's a handsome man on the field as Earsy has come up on the Spy class, trying to get into lobby. Will be hiding at the corner. I would honestly expect Team DWW to start thinking about a Spy being part of the equation. Oh! Earsy waddles into it. There's no way. Earsy waddles into a spam rocket and is unspotted. They waddle into a spam rocket and have not yet been seen. The soldier did not notice it, so now, even though they've taken a 60 damage rocket to the face, they're going to be able to get in. They're sapping the gun. I think this is the opening they're looking for to try and get in their sack. Spy is still up, turns around, they go for the NG, but No Way flicks around the 180 with the Thompson to find the pick onto Earsy, and they also lose Khaltonus in this. They could lose far more than they bargained for as well if they are not careful, and that is exactly what will happen. The Tom Brady sticky from across the fields, across the plains, will take down Slice Rogue. A drop for the side of Team Khaltonus. Team DWW out onto second for free, and this should be the well, this should just be the sign to really try and get somebody in onto Sears, because you can't be letting them have full ad while you're on mid here. You have to try and get something. Maybe leave somebody to die. Something here. Looks like Soldier is going to be bombing into the choke. They're trying to section off the beam. Blue Star will go, but so too will Khaltonus and Grape Juice. It's a 2-for-1 deal, and there is no Uber out of the equation. It is all off the board for Team Khaltonus right now as Team DWW piles the pressure on. Soldier, DWW, I believe, the namesake, bombing toward a rollout to force the stragglers back to their last. Now 40% Uber advantage for the side of Team DWW, probably dwindle to about 30 or 25 by the time they're able to mount anything to press in to last. They're going to be able to get forward. That Uber getting in through the left side, but not a lot of good damage coming out of it just yet. Stickies are still on top of the point. Soldier now bombing the scout, left alone on the point, met up by the beam, but Kudus in the left side of the spawn, looking at it from the spawner's side. And now, fight over before it has even started. Maybe a straggler pick or two, but no way. Should have been caught in the doorway. Does not fall. Soldier bombing in. I believe this is DWW trying to get some good damage. Will not be able to do anything with that bomb, though. And this will be a reset for the side of Team DWW. Actually, this should be a push out, and that's exactly what I think we're seeing Team Khaltonus look to do. Probably going to choose the lower route here. There are stickies above the doorway, but they don't care. They're not going to declare. They're going to pop early and take it through. Sticking off the choke was a great idea there, but they do not keep the stickies there. They find no picks with this Uber, and now they've traded situations once more, and Team DWW is on top once again with the Uber ad. Greg Club with the pipes onto Khaltonus by Sewer will net them a nice pick. This is cushioning for their push, and now Fist, though, finds the response onto No Way, so that should slow them down a little bit. Khaltonus should spawn in time to be able to defend last effectively. And now, lobby space being taken. It looks like they're going to take this Uber either way. They're walking through, taking down the sentry very early. Just a level 1, though. Didn't pose too much of a threat. Demo bombing toward the left side, getting a lot of good damage. Air shot from Khaltonus onto DWW to prevent the threatening bomb. Now the Uber coming out from the side of Team Khaltonus. There is a soldier, Blue Star, still up in heaven that I do not think they know about. Never mind, yes they do. Oh my goodness, Khaltonus, you dog! Oh my goodness, the Garden, the mid-air collision with the Garden, and actually, honestly, I feel like that should have been a very, very free win. Very free last push for the side of Team DWW. But damage, it feels like they always just have the misfortune of picking the door that the other team just isn't looking at. They never get in their face. They never really take these super aggressive Ubers. They take these Ubers that block out the doorways, but if nobody's in those doorways, those Ubers don't really help you. You're just getting space that you're immediately going to lose. Now, Team Khaltonus taking pressure, or taking space rather, and putting the pressure on in middle here. DWW on the low ground in front of Blue IT. Believe this is Greg Club, or sorry, Blue Star as well, trying to get onto the height there. A little weak, has to get healed up. Another lull here, just a little bit of spam getting exchanged between the teams here. Anticipatory bomb from Grape Juice into the choke to maybe see if he can catch somebody out. Demo peeking in from Sewer, as well as the beam and a scout. The combo peeking in from Al-Qaeda with the soldier now there to support. It looks like they're trying to put the pressure on for this last big bomb coming in from the side of DWW. Not going to get a lot of good damage on the slice rogue, but that provides a lot of pressure. But at the same moment, it allows Khaltonus to get in through IT, but they are immediately met by Blue Star. They trade one player advantage for the side of Team Khaltonus as they look to get into the choke. Grape Juice a little too overzealous, going to be getting taken down here, and so too will Earsy. They press on far too hard, and they will fall. Now the Demo bombing forward. Greg Club trying to get as much good damage as they can, but also a little too greedy. They will fall now. Dolly trying to find something there as well, falling in the meantime, and now Soldier escaping through the choke. Both soldiers on the side of DWW will manage to escape this mid alive. 13.5 minutes left to go. Uber coming through the choke from the side of Team DWW. Now the counter pop from the side of Team Khaltonus. They are trying to find whatever they can, but they are flashing more players than the side of Team DWW, so the Uber is going to be looking better for the side of Red. They're pushing through the choke now. Massive bombs coming in from the side of DWW, and I believe No Way coming in for the support, mopping up on all that damage on a 4K right now. Slice Rogue, the last one standing. There is nothing they can do. Now Fist and Earsy are spawning up, but there's going to be too much pressure on these doorways for them to be able to do anything. This round should be as good as over. DWW finds a pick out of Earsy, and the point pressure too immense. They can't walk out of the spawn doors. It is 3-0 for the side of Team DWW. We are 17 minutes rather into this game here, and it's looking like it's over already, but time will tell as we move on to the next mid. Soldier stealing the pack, but Grape Juice coming back, or sorry, Khaltonus rather, and Grape Juice now playing on the blue crates. They are coming forward, trying to find something. Khaltonus will fall, but that's immediately traded out as Gimme forces Dolly to Creator. And now the 2-4-2 trade here on mid. Gimme and DWW trading out here on the mid. This does look like it'll be a win for DWW, however, as Team Khaltonus backs away onto their second. There's nothing they can really do. They didn't have a lot of space on that mid, not a lot of great positioning. And now they're forced onto their 2, but at the very least, they're able to hold on to that beam. They're going to have that Uber. They should be able to position themselves a little bit aggressively for this coming hold. Things aren't too terrible for them right now, but remains to be seen what we are going to see here, I suppose. And another lull. Soldier bombing forward now, trying to do the fade, going back toward Al-Qaeda. There is a scout. No way. Is caught out. Free pick for Fist as the Quickies find their mark. And they will net themselves a pick. Now, I believe that was Gimme spotting through the choke. Now, big bomb coming through from Grape Juice into mid. Trying to get onto the beam. It's a successful bomb. They will find the force. Grape Juice, it takes one man to find what they need on the side of Team Khaltonus. This could be the switch up that they need. Now, we do have DWW in Al-Qaeda. They are biding their time on the side of Team Khaltonus. They know they can play around this respawn with Grape Juice, and don't think they're going to be playing around it for too long, though. Big bomb coming in from the side of DWW on a side strobe. Nobody looking at the air. The Soldier able to get in for free, and DWW finds another drop to add to the total. Oh my goodness. And now DWW sitting with so much ad, player ad, Uber ad, space ad, position ad. They have ad across the board, and now DWW playing up on Trapezoid to get some good space for the rest of his team as they slowly funnel in through choke. They get in on the point. Khaltonus spawning out from upper lobby should be a free pick if they decide to run in fast, but DWW biding their time, waiting for this Uber, at least getting close enough to it. Playing by rollout, potentially a 1 Uber, but Grape Juice spots it, gets some good damage. They're waddling through 1 either way. That Uber is going to get used very early on, and now the demo going to be bombing forward. They're going to try to section off left, but they realize they're all on right. Rotating over, Uber over, a little bit of cap time on the point. Soldier trying to defend the left, or trying to block the left spawn door is not successful. Blue Star will fall, and so too will DWW, but you have to walk out of your spawn. You can't just sit in the doorway. And now, because they have sat in their spawn almost, I don't want to say almost every time, but whenever they find themselves in a position where one guy gets spam into a door, they tend to not walk out, and it's really costing them. You can't be having people trying to escape a doorway with somebody on it when you have an open door. Rotate over, get out of the doorway, and get on the point. It's 4-0 for Team DWW here, and this could end before the timer runs out. Not sure if they're using overtime or if it ends at 30 here, but big bomb coming in from Grape Juice to find the pick on Sears. That's Khaltonus falling, but that doesn't matter. Red Club will fall as well. Grape Juice straight it out almost immediately. Fist will fall, but does not matter as long as they can keep Slice Rogue alive. It looks like they're going to be struggling a little bit, but Slice Rogue in the sewer going to be able to find the med pack and will live. It's a 3-player remaining win for the side of Team Khaltonus on this mid, and now they're in the driver's seat for the first time in a little bit, as we've been seeing Team DWW kind of just walk all over them, but could be the shift in momentum that they need. Uber ad. Wait a minute. There's Kritzkrieg on the field. If I am not mistaken, I do believe Sears is on the Kratzkurg. They are anticipating this Uber push. They're at 75, and I don't know if Team Khaltonus is anticipating this. They are probably playing this like it's a regular Uber, and if they get in quick, they might be able to play around it. Yes, they will. They're going to be saving this crits for either the post or during to try and segment off these players that are not shiny, but they're going to save it for the post. Boot is dropping down with the laser beam, getting a lot of good damage on the fist. That will fall. Yerzy will fall as well. Soldier's bombing in to protect the heavy. Oh my goodness, Dolly going to get the 3K on last to defend the point, and that will spell an end to the advantage that Team Khaltonus was in. And now they advance on to the second point to assert their claim, flip the objective once more. And Team Khaltonus, now I believe they'd be anticipating another crits, but doesn't look like that's the case. Sears back on stock, and maybe they expect this, maybe they don't, but It's up in the air, you know, it remains to be seen. The way they're playing right now, they're playing a little bit further back. Just kind of anticipating something, giving a little bit of space, even though they have, technically they have the Uber ad. And really, it's in their court right now to start sending in some sacks. You know, the ball is in their court. But they're not going to be doing anything here just yet. And with those Ubers even, Sears knows it's even. Everybody knows it's even at this point. If there was a crits, it'd get popped right into Khaltonus' face. Straight around that corner. Try and get the sticky straight into Slice Rogue's face. But will not be the case here. Slice Rogue inside of Sewer. And now the pressure is on from Team Khaltonus as the bomb comes through. Double bomb from the soldiers. They try to find the drop onto Sears, but they do not manage to locate it. DWW will fall, but it is a valiant effort as they attempt to defend their beam, and they will be successful. That Uber remains intact for the side of Team DWW. They are pressuring through the choke here, but this could be detrimental for them. Now that Uber coming out from the side of Team Khaltonus. They've got to be quick with this if they want this Uber to come out from Sears, but they're not fast enough. They do not press the attack. Grape Juice will fall in IT, and now the wraparound coming through. Uber coming out from the side of Team DWW. They're pushing through the choke here, trying to find whatever they can. Scouts are segmenting off Slice Rogue, who has no one to defend them. Scout finally reaching them, but it's too little, too late, as No Way, I believe, finds that pick onto Slice Rogue, and now the pinch of the pinch is on Gimme inside of the choke, but they are still caught inside of two. Sears will fall. Earzy is able to find that pick. Dolly going to be able to find the pick on Khaltonus as well here now. And Gimme still alive now in IT. Waddling over pipe, trying to get to mid. Going for the Sewer detour, but on the point here, Slice Rogue. And I believe this is Grape Juice with them as well as Fist. Finding the pick onto DWW here. Not really sure what the plan is here for Team DWW. Honestly, you'd probably be looking for some kind of salvage. I mean, it's salvage after salvage in that situation there. Now Fist falls. Dolly will fall, but that is actually, that's a pretty even trade here. Soldier and a Scout for the demo. Not the greatest trade in the world. Obviously, you'd really only like to lose, say, a Soldier or a Scout. Preferably a Scout a little more, but I suppose you'll make do with the demo pick regardless, but even still, Khaltonus has the Uber advantage against the side of Team DWW, and that should give them the opportunity to pressure onward. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock until, well, I'm not sure what happens. Either overtime kicks in or the game ends, and it'll be 4-0, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see. You'll have to stay tuned to see what goes on here. But really, nothing of note happening at the moment. No sacks, no bombs, no real strong pressure. Now, that could change very quickly. Anticipatory bomb from the side of Blue Star, trying to find somebody in the choke, but nobody's there. A little bit of pressure coming from the choke now, or from the Sewer now, as the double bomb comes in. Grape Juice going to be getting in goodness me, I can't even get the word out to describe that rocket. I wanted to say beautiful, but I was trying to combine beautiful and perfect, I suppose. Takes Sears down to 10 HP, but there is no follow-up, and they do not force. So, uneventful sack from the side of Team Khaltonus. That should have been, you know, a force in all accounts, but Sears just doesn't fear. I suppose they do not use. They trust their players, and they hold on to that Uber on 10 HP, and now they are back to full. Slice Rogue, I mean, they're just waiting at this point to absorb another sack from Team Khaltonus, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Double fade. Actually, yes, the fade in. Soldier in on top of the point. Not a lot of good damage here, though. Grape Juice not finding those crucial rockets. Now Khaltonus forced to jump away. DWW tries to go in for a counter and will not be successful, but they do get a lot of good damage. And now Soldier jumping toward Sewer here. Blue Star finds the pick out of Khaltonus in the Sewer. And now 2 players down. Both Soldiers for the side of Team Khaltonus. They're trying to play a little bit further back, but At this point, there's really only so much they can do. 2 minutes 22 left on the clock until something happens with the timer. Uber getting used on the side of Team Khaltonus as they pressure on, finding the pick on the Greg Club. Now they're trying to find the force from the side of Team DWW, but they're not going to find it. Now the counter pop coming out on their own volition. That Uber comes through the choke. They're going to be able to find nothing just yet, but now Slice Rogue falls. Fist and Grape Juice are very weak. If they can find those picks, that should be monumental for them, but they send in 5 to get 2 out of it. And I guess at this point, I mean, there's only so much you can do for Team DWW and also for Team Khaltonus. I mean, time is running short. By the way it's being played out, I'm going to assume that it's going to be a... I'm going to assume that it's going to be a Banny time situation where we go into that overtime. And after this, I mean, just keep in mind, this is how things are going on the first map. We'll go to Bagel after this, and we're getting a confirmation, I do believe, that it's going to go Banny time. So it'll end up being a 5-something game, regardless of what goes on. But 3 players down for the side of Team DWW, 2-player advantage for the side of Team Khaltonus. Uber not yet on the board. They lose Earsy. That sentry goes down early. They're getting a little too greedy. And now, with Khaltonus falling, they don't have a window to take this Uber in anytime soon. Grape Juice could be caught out here, but with luck of Rocket Beefage from the side of, I believe, that is DWW. Now they're bombing out. Actually, hold the phone. They're going to be getting it onto Gimme. Now they're on to Grape Juice. They find a pick. Grape Juice trades out with DWW, but that force comes out as I believe this is Dolly through lower onto Slice Rogue. 25 seconds left until the overtime kicks in, or so we have been told. And with Team Khaltonus losing that advantage, no space, no Uber, and player disad. Gimme will try to save it by coming up sniper, hiding in the forward. Dot shines on the wall, but is not seen by any players. They are slowly pressuring their way forward. They anticipate the sniper. They pick through and Gimme finds the shot on the Sears. They save the mid if Team Khaltonus can keep the pressure on, but they leave Fist to his own devices on the point. But the health very, very low with Sears not in the equation. Damage is permanent, and they can get in to try and seal this. There is a player behind, I believe, No way up in Blue's upper IT here. Could threaten the back gap. Nice air shot from Khaltonus onto Dolly, and now the pressure forward. Another nice rocket onto DWW. And now Grape Juice, and I believe this is Gimme behind, but Slice Rogue falling in that makes it detrimental for the side of Team Khaltonus. As we enter overtime, the score will have to be 5-something, but not entirely sure what it will be. But time will tell. A little bit of pressure coming through from the... Wait a minute, big bomb from DWW through Al-Qaeda, getting a lot of good damage, but not a lot of that damage going towards Slice Road. Try as they might. Sack unsuccessful. Probably not necessary to do that. You already have a little bit of Uber advantage. Khaltonus bombing forward toward Red IT, trying to block his entrance. Grape Juice getting forward, going to be able to find the pick on a Blue Star. No way falls, but that's a trade out with Khaltonus. A lot of pressure towards the choke as Team DWW retreats on the back pedal to their second, and that will concede the middle point. But wait a minute, the Uber coming out from the side of Team DWW. They're going to be popping forward. The demo bomb is in effect here, and they will be running it down. They do not find anything just yet here at the end of the Uber. They will find Earsy, but now the Uber online for the side of Team Khaltonus as they bomb forward. No Uber used just yet. They are milking. They want to hold on to this for as long as they possibly can, and I do not blame them. Gimme and Earsy are down, but they can play the respawns here. Wait a minute, the reaggress coming in from the side of Team DWW, the pinch coming in potentially as the bomb comes in from Blue Star into the choke. Demo trying to land the stickies across the map, but they are not finding anything. They lose Blue Star, and now Dolly down as well. 2-player disadvantage for the side of Team DWW. As for the moment, things are lulling. Grape Juice taking a fight with DWW, retreats, and I believe subbed in with Gimme here. They use their Uber on the side of Team Khaltonus into second. Oh my goodness, Khaltonus! The mid-air meet and greet with the side of DWW. Oh my goodness gracious me. And that will give them a pick on the side of Team Khaltonus, but that Uber going to be coming out a little bit ago. Doesn't really find too much of value here in the form of getting Slice Rogue, but finding Fist and Gimme will be very strong. The back cap threat was there, but it was not successful, unfortunately, for Khaltonus as they tried to get in for that. Now, they have to try and mop up as many kills as possible. Grape Juice should have been a free kill for the set of DWW there, but moved a little too quick, did not get cleaned up. Another low. Time for a sack. It's sack o'clock. As I take a moment to drink some water, because man, oh man, this gets to you real fast. But wait a minute, Dolly in through lower IT. They use the Uber in through the choke. They're going to be trying to get in on mid, and I think we saw something that nobody likes to see. If you know, you know. Damage getting exchanged on mid between Fist and Greg Club, but Fist backs away, conceding the fight. 3 players down for the side of DWW, but I don't know if that is going to deter them from getting what they want. Spawners soon available for them to make the play off of. Full Uber advantage as they look to conquer Process in a 5-0 game. Gimme falls, and now 5. Apparently I can't do math today. And now 5 left to defend 2. Greg Club juggled in the choke bomb coming forward from the side. Oh my goodness, Greg Club. They find the pipe on the Fist, and now, oh my goodness, Slice Rogue falls. It is as good as over. There is nothing that Gimme can do here. There's nothing that Khaltonus can do here. It is over, but wait a minute, second has not yet capped. There is a possibility they can hold on to this. Khaltonus falls. Dolly gonna be able to find that pick, but they have nobody outside of the spawn, and of course the curse of the caster. Wait a minute. Well, no, actually it's just a scout and Slice Rogue here. Slice Rogue doing their best to keep their scout alive. Yerzy trying to defend the point, but at the end of the day, there's only so much you can do in a 2v5 situation like that. And now we move on to Bagel. And excuse me for a moment, have to look at some things. We have logs. I wonder. Let me open logs.tf to get this lovely information for all of you. Here we are. Got the logs. And if we filter DPM, ibuprofen fan, I believe that's Greg Club. 284 DPM, topping the charts in that damage category, 13, 10, and 11. Doing pretty well, all things considered, and doing a exceptional job at just really buttering up the targets for No Way, who clocks in at 37 kills, 11 assists, and 13 deaths. 280 DPM, over, well, just under 100 for the DTM. Going pretty well in the damage positive side of things. And overall, just seemed like a pretty dominant game for the side of Team DWW, especially in the positioning department. I mean, we did see the one mid-fight. They did get a mid-fight win on the side of Team Khaltonus, but that came very late in the round. I think that was the last round of the game that they got their mid-fight win, and it just did not pan out the way that I think they were hoping. They just kind of squandered a lot of great positions. Hemorrhaging players, maybe people out of position, but unfortunately for them, it did not end up the way I think they had hoped it would. But we do have predictions up for map 2, and just before we get into the next map, I do want to take a quick second and promote the Fireside Fourthwall page, !OnlyFans, because I forgot the other command. But if you want to support us, we have multiple tiers. They get pretty cheap, and you can give as much as you'd like, given that it's in the set amounts. But, you've got VIP badges on all the channels. You've got early access to videos that we're going to make. We're going to be giving you production guides. I mean, there are a lot of benefits here. And also the merch, people. The merch is where it is at. If you don't like monthly payments, if you don't like subscriptions, get some merch. Get something tangible, something physical that you can have. I've got 3 hoodies and a hat that I have ordered from the Fireside store. I got a G6 hoodie. I got a Rome hoodie. I got a G6 hat. I got the Alt Fireside logo with the Alt logo patch sewed into the arm. They're extremely comfortable. They're very nice. And the embroidery, top notch. I have seen things that I have bought from official, licensed vendors of things that are worse quality in terms of the embroidery than what I got from the Fireside. I'm part of Fireside. I'm not getting paid to say this. This is just like true. This is just like a nuke of truth that I am currently dropping. That the embroidery is just that awesome. But also, Liquid.tf giving out medals to the participants and coaches of this upcoming Newbie Cup, which, if I am not mistaken, the actual cup will be taking place on the 10th and 11th for the first weekend of matches, and then playoffs will be taking place on 17th and 18th of January, and match weekend will be January 10th and 11th as well. And for those of you maybe just tuning in, this is a show match between 2 teams of coaches. So there are no newbies here just yet. You'll have to wait till January for this. But this is just a fun little show match to show the newbies what to expect. Maybe see some of the gameplay. Get familiar with some of the things on the maps. But at this point, we are getting ready to transition to a new map and a new mode and essentially a new game at the end of the day. We're going to Bagel. We're going to King of the Hill. Plays entirely different from 5CP as we slowly but surely have players loading into the server. And things are starting to heat up here on Bagel. Few of the players have moved teams around here. I believe, honestly, I don't remember the teams well enough, and I'm not going to reference the sheet that we have because that thing is hard enough to read for my awful eyes anyway. But some of the players have swapped teams around, so this is just, again, just tuning in, show match between coaches. I believe some TF2CC staff. But we're getting ready for Bagel. A lot of things are different in this. You have different ideology of point control. A lot of this is trying to force the team, the other team, off of the point so you can bleed off just a little bit of time. And sometimes that works wonders for you. Sometimes you get a fantastic shove. Sometimes you get the most beautiful shove off of the point in your entire life. And you're able to mop up so much time off of it. But usually it's little bit by little bit by little bit by little bit, especially in those higher levels, which I think is something we're going to be seeing a lot of here. Forward holds start to be a thing in this. Forward holds start to become something that you have to put a lot of effort into getting right, because if your forward hold is wrong and they recognize that, they spot a hole in your hold, well, hate to say it, you're screwed, because they're going to punch through that weakness in your forward hold, and they are going to pinch you until there's nobody left on your team, or until the people that are left on your team, they have like 2 HP, and they're dead anyway. Now, King of the Hill also plays a little bit differently. In 5CP, you got 4-mans. that'll run. Ooh. And apparently, grape juice resetting the internet. So we'll be here for a little bit longer before the game goes on ahead. But like I was saying, 4-man's different. In 6s, you usually see maybe a 2-man. Usually you got your 1-man with pressure. In Koth, you see a lot of 4-mans. The map is so small, places are a lot more confined, that 4-mans make a lot of sense. You know, you get everybody buffed, you send it, and it's also, you know, if you're in a bad position, there's nothing really, you know, harming you by sending in all those people. You're in a bad spot anyway. It doesn't worsen your position, usually, to send in a 4-man as long as you're doing it properly. 4-man's probably going to be seeing a lot of those in this game here. But time will tell, you know, maybe both teams will play so well we won't see a 4-man for a little while, but we'll have to see. That usually doesn't happen. I am officially out of water. So unfortunate for me, but I'm sure the internet, grape juice internet, will be back online shortly. But forgive me for my radio silence. I'm sure you can all understand. I mean, there isn't really much to, you know, talk about. I plugged the merch. I plugged the liquid TF. I plugged the dates. It's you know, I'm running out of things to talk about. Talked about Koth. Talked about another thing, but I guess I guess like I'm rattling around my brain to think about what to talk about, because I want to keep it TF2 related. I don't want to start rambling off about sports and stuff, but you know what? I gotta check what I have to check anyway. What is going on with my hockey? It's hockey night tonight. Both of my teams are playing, and right now I got one team that's winning and one team that's tied. Right now I got a team up 4-2, and my main one is 1-1. I have a side team, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed to have my side team. Man, I wish it was baseball season. I miss baseball, low key. I need my baseball back. I love hockey, but man, I need my baseball back. My side team. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know what side team I have. I guess RGL, I think, is having a mini season next season, right? They have the 4 weeks with 2 matches in each week, I believe, is their shortened season. Don't they have like 2 separate blocks where one has 9:30 matches and one has 10:30 matches? So I think that's a little interesting. I don't know why they're doing it. I would assume it's just to see like if they can get a global, you know, like match time agreed on across the board for all divisions, see what people prefer mostly, I would assume, but I mean, I think it's a good thing if that's the, you know, ideology behind it. Just trying to figure out like if they can get an agreed upon time. Also, I don't know who just said go Guardians, but I hate to say it. I have unimaginable beef with Cleveland baseball. Everything else, you know what? Good for you guys, but I have unimaginable beef with Cleveland baseball. I'm a Cincinnati man myself, so hate to say it. I hate to break your heart, but unimaginable beef, and by that I mean I just don't like the team. But it's basically unimaginable beef in the baseball world. But in mini season, I think they have 2 experimental cups. Isn't one like a map cup, and then one is for weapons or something? I don't remember. I have to reread the RGL announcement for that. So I figure while we're waiting for this match to start, then you know we can reread that if the server would load for me. But the provisional schedule. I gotta click on this link and go read. Oh my god, what do I have to? Sigh. That doesn't even. All right, the mini season. Okay, the unnamed cup. So it's just an unnamed cup. They don't even have like. What? I guess Highlander's having their map cup, which is interesting. I'm excited to see what new maps are going to be bringing to Highlander. But the Six's cup is unnamed. I think I'm getting word that I'm free from Ramble Purgatory very, very soon. Very, very soon I should be free from Rambling Purgatory. But hey, whoever the Guardians fans is in the chat, whoever you are, at least you have things to look towards. This team, my team, brings me nothing but pain and depression every time I watch them, except for the times they don't, and then they break my heart the day after. So at least you guys have things to look towards. At least you guys, y'all got stuff to look towards. But man, we are struggling down here. We are struggling down here in Cincy. And very soon I'm free from Ramble Purgatory. I've just got the poke from my awesome sauce producer. Oh no, I've just been informed it's going to take 70 years to get back to the game. So the stream's going to be going on for a little while. So I hope you guys are ready to, write out your last will and testament, because you might want to start doing that. Oh, but 5 seconds, we're going live finally. Thank you, Grape Juice, for finally fixing your internet. And now we are going live to the first round of Bagel. Like I said earlier, completely different game. Things play way differently on Koth here. It's all about spam trade and positioning. If you can position well and take the brunt of spam, or at least take the most minimal brunt of spam you can, and dish out the most that you possibly can, then you're going to do just fine. Now, I've already see some talk in chat about restart and point. Don't know what they're talking about here, but there's a lot of good damage going toward No Way here. Point flips initially for DWW. Now they do lose the namesake. Soldier down for Greg Club. That's a very worthwhile trade. And now I believe 2 players going down, Sears and Dolly here, as Javert is in, or Javert. How do you say your name? Please help me, somebody in the chat. But Slice Rogue getting ganged up on, well, I guess was getting ganged up on by the Scout and the Beam, but there was nothing that they could really do. Once their Beam left that Scout, they were all on their lonesome, met up with their demo, saved. Now Javert dying, and so too will DWW and No Way there. And now I'm finally caught up on everything. I'm no longer distracted by things, and I'm ready. I'm ready to keep up to date with this forward hold going on. Full Uber advantage for the side of Team Khaltonus, as they are looking to whittle off as much time off the clock as possible. For those of you just tuning in, show match between coaches to show the newbies what to expect. Now, DWW going up into the stratosphere, the space program, and they are gone. Ragdoll crashing down to the earth, and that is a 4-man that you can come to expect a lot of here on Bagel from both sides of the coin. Both teams, I guess Dolly is more focused on the giant inflatable ornament inside of their Z than, well, anything else here. But Soldier trying to get through, DWW in through to the red house, will get taken down by Earzy. And now DWW and No Way will fall. Grape Juice finding 2. Actually, I believe it was Earzy and then Grape Juice who found those picks. So that'll be great for the side of Team Khaltonus as they look to get the pressure on. They are mounting the pressure. A lot of good damage going towards Fist as Gimme and Greg Club going to be able to mop up that kill. And now they are forced to back away on the side of Team DWW. But wait a minute, they're going to be reaggressing potentially from the side of Lower. They're out on wood. getting some good pressure. Slant is sticky, so they'll need to be careful and check for that. And now it goes back to Battle of Spam. Shove coming through the blue house here. Potentially, these could be 2 free picks. DWW will go down, and now Dolly needs to fall. Gets the health pack. Actually, there is no health pack in here. Chased down by the soldier, and that will be 2 players on the hunt for the scout behind when they can leave it and go for the point. They do not choose to do that. They go back for Dolly. Probably not the best decision here, as now you give Team DWW a lot of space. But they do not recognize that Uber's going to be getting popped on both teams here. The counter coming through from the side of a Team Khaltonus, and they push over the point. DWW getting in from behind. Beautiful rocket on a Slice Rogue. And that'll be a mopped up pick. Now Greg Club falling as well. A beam and a demo in 1 life. It doesn't get much better than that. No way finds Grape Juice. Now DWW finds a third. Finds Gimme. And now they should be able to flip that point over there at a minute of time disadvantage. However, they can turn this around so long as they position themselves properly. They don't have Uber, so a traditional forward hold is not on the table. DWW does find Khaltonus, however, so that might give them enough time, honestly, to get close enough to an Uber that they can fake it. Fake it till you make it. Right here. And now we enter a lull. We enter a little bit of a downtime moment. Still about 40 seconds of time disad, or 30 seconds rather, excuse me, of time disad on the clock. Khaltonus tries to bomb out. 4-man a little bit staggered on the side of Team Khaltonus, and it ends up only being a 2-man. I'm not sure why. Gimme falls very late, so that's going to be a 3rd respawn wave that they'll have to ride. And this should allow Team DWW to get their forward hold. Actually, now that it's evens, you also can't have that traditional forward hold, because if they take their Uber into you and you are not paying attention, you're not on it, you don't react instantaneously, you might lose a lot here. And that, ooh, wait a minute, that happened. They weren't reacting to it instantaneously, but on the contrary here, we see the side of Team DWW actually get the first pick here. Now they actually managed to mop up Khaltonus, so this turns out to be great for them. And now they find Grape Juice. Goodness me. Earsy falling early on, then Khaltonus, and now Grape Juice. 23 seconds on the clock for Team DWW. That could be the first round converted. Team rotating up to concrete, and now they're trying to pressure out. Javert goes down. Khaltonus and Grape Juice both fall as well, but the damage on the side of Team DWW is now permanent as long as they keep themselves alive. And Sears spots a golden opportunity, bombs in onto concrete. A 2-for-1 deal to find, I believe that was Slice Rogue and Greg Club. First round on the board for Team DWW in what seemed to be a very, very strong game. A strong start for the side of Team Khaltonus, but that is the curse of King of the Hill. It can turn on you very quickly if you do not respect the rules of the game. And that is something we saw Khaltonus team kind of, fail to do. Gimme forward will fall. Dolly finding that pick. Potential crater does not crater. Now there's stickies on top of the stairs here. A lot of space being sectioned off. DWW will fall. Grape Juice bombs in, and so too does Greg Club. Looks like very early 4-man coming in from the side of Team Khaltonus for some reason. I'm not sure what the motivation for this 4-man is here, but that is the play they went for. Doesn't work out for him, and now I'm sure we'll see another forward hold from the side of Team DWW here as we look to see what they're going to do. They're going to take this Uber. They're actually going to pressure in through the lobby to try and find whatever they can. Counterpop coming through from Slice Rogue as they get taken down very low. That's actually a force. I would score that personally, as Slice Rogue was so weak. One more shot could have taken him out. Grape Juice, far too aggressive. DWW coming out from the launch pad to try and mop up the kill, and they will be successful. Another bomb coming in from the side of DWW. They're going to be able to find the pick on the Greg Club. That's a great trade to be able to mop up Soldier for demo there. Forces them to play back, forces them to play slow, forces them to potentially go for another 4-man. Later on, Khaltonus going out, and now Gimme going out as well. Should be dead inside the house here. Very free pick the 3-rune blade to chop down Gimme as Dolly finds that pick. Now Grape Juice is so many segmented plays coming out from the side of Team DWW. Sears will fall. No way will fall, but this doesn't really give Team Khaltonus a lot of room to work with. They still have to battle for this available space, and they are going to have a difficult time doing it, I am sure. And as they slowly make their way onto the grass, reinforcements arrive. Soldier bombing in toward Wood. DWW going in. Fist going to be able to find the pick with a slice rogue. That is detrimental for the side of Team Khaltonus. And now the counter pop coming through from the side of Team DWW. But I believe that's actually a force. Not sure who got that. I believe Gimme and potentially Khaltonus getting a lot of good damage in on to Javert, which forces out the Uber. So does look a little bit better for the side of Team Khaltonus, but they're still down 2 minutes. They've got to try and get on the point and start ticking down some time off of the clock, because right now this round is a guaranteed loss. Excuse me, I am yawning right now. This round is a guaranteed loss for them as Javert goes down. Khaltonus is able to find the rockets now. Grape Juice finding the pick on our DWW, but they need to be careful as there is Dolly ready to pinch them through lobby here. They spot the opening, they get in, they find Gimme. Now they're trying to pressure forward. They're going to be getting a lot of good damage onto Fist, and now Khaltonus in. The cavalry is here, and they protect Slice Rogue at the very, very end of that fight. Could have been detrimental for the side of Team Khaltonus, but the namesake saves it. But wait a minute, bomb coming in from DWW, trying to get a lot of good damage, but will not be successful. Slice Rogue holds on to that Uber. No force, no drop, no nothing for DWW, the namesake of red. And now forward hold is an option for this. Wait a minute, they're going to be taking this Uber deep. They're going to be taking it aggressive, and they have a lot of players sectioned out inside of lobby here. Grape Juice and Khaltonus going to be getting a lot of picks here. 3 players down already with just 1 Uber, and that is magnificent. They find Javert in there, and now another forward hold is on the table. Well, maybe not. Right now, you could forward hold right now, but once you just, goodness me, once you see those spawners, there we go, I got the words out. Once you see those spawners, you got to peel back a little bit. They're committing to the concrete hold. Can't fault him. A lot of pressure coming out, a lot of bodies getting onto the concrete. That forces Team Khaltonus back. There's a potential play from Dolly inside of the house here, but they get mopped up by Khaltonus. Gimme and Slice Rogue fall. DWW able to find these crucial picks for the side of Team DWW. The namesake keeps delivering. Now big bomb coming in from Khaltonus, trying to deliver to the team. Grape Juice juggled up by Fist, will get taken down by Yerzy. Greg Club falls as well, but at the end of it, Javert stays alive. But wait a minute, never mind. DWW with the direct onto Yerzy will protect his beam, and that flips the point one more time. 16 seconds until another round is on the board for the side of Team DWW. Khaltonus bombing out towards Wood. They've got to get on the point now. They've got to get on the point quick. Khaltonus from the back by Fist, taken down. The pipes will connect. No cap time at all on the board, and they're not even, they'd rather pressure through the house. I just hit Shift F2 like I was about to pause a demo and take a second to load a thought. But they would rather pressure through the house than fight the point head on, and in this situation, you don't get that luxury. You have to go for the point. You don't have the time to get through the house and onto the point. You just have to go. And now Greg Club mops up Fist super early. I guess Fist tried to go in super deep and just eats a lot of pipes. Now that should be traded out very quickly. A lot of great damage, but DWW is not able to find the pick. So very early on, 2 picks instantaneously for the side of Team Khaltonus. Now 3 as Dolly goes down. Does look like we're going to be seeing Sears trying to mop something up, but now Sears will fall inside of Red House, and that is 4 players down. The point has not even been captured yet, and 4 people have already died on the side of Team DWW. So an attempted aggressive mid does not go their way. They keep Javert alive, which is the important part, at least for them. Playing back, Khaltonus, or actually Grape Juice rather, bombing through the blue house onto the wood. They are playing around the positioning they have very well. Grape Juice looking to get in through lobby here, but decimated by No Way, hitting crucial shots. Khaltonus falls, Sears falls. That's a trade. 2-for-1 deal with Khaltonus being behind a player. There's a scout through. I believe this is Dolly, who waddles their way through into Slice Rogue's face. Manages to get that force. Now the counter pop coming out from Team DWW. They're going to be chasing down anyone they can to try and mop up as many kills as possible. Massive nuclear bomb coming in from the side of, I believe this is DWW, finding the pick onto Slice Rogue. And now Khaltonus should be a free pick as well. But wait a minute. Grape Juice, a 2-for-1 deal into DWW and Javert. They find those crucial picks. It's just non-stop trade after non-stop trade here on Bagel, and that is what Koth boils down to a lot of the time. Grape Juice finding that 2-for-1 onto Javert and DWW. That's going to give Team Khaltonus a lot of time. That's going to give them a little bit of uber advantage to work with, and that should give them the positional advantage at the end of the day. But they have to concede space on concrete and allow Team DWW to pressure forward slightly. They're getting a little bit of cap time now. Greg Club finds the pick on a no-no way. A little bit more trade of spam happening over the point here. DWW spawning through the house, getting some good damage onto Grape Juice, but now getting whittled down by Gimme, who eats a direct, taking down to 10. Healed up on the concrete. Grape Juice falls to DWW. Sears looking to get in through the red house. Gets a lot of damage onto Gimme. Forces them away. Has control of the red house. Now with no way there. Earsy will fall. Fist finds the sticky onto Slice Rogue. Goodness me. It is over for this hold from the side of Team Khaltonus as they lose Slice Rogue, and now they lose Grape Juice as well. Gimme dying a little bit ago as well on that same spawn wave as Grape Juice, and now the chase down between Sears and No Way onto Greg Club. They will fall, and that means no demo for a few more seconds on the side of Team Khaltonus. This means a very aggressive forward hold from the side of Team DWW. This means at least another 20 seconds off the clock, bare minimum, for the side of Team Khaltonus. And that might not sound like a lot, but that is a massive chunk of time to make up, especially if you are on time disad. Now they do let them get out into lower, and they're going to use this to their advantage. That Uber gets used on the side of Team DWW, and this is going to be a team wipe. They use that Uber to find everybody except for Grape Juice, who manages to snake their way away. They are alive in red lower, but they should be met by Dolly in DWW very soon. They should be expecting him to hide somewhere. I would anticipate that they would clear Z. Now, Soldier through, met by Grape Juice. Grape Juice finds the double direct onto DWW, and that leaves him behind. Grape Juice finds the pick on a Dolly as well. Sears forced to retreat and find the pick onto Grape Juice. This should give Team Khaltonus a little bit more cap time to work with, but they are still on uber disadvantage, and they are still down Grape Juice and Khaltonus at the end of the day. By taking that point, they deny their soldiers a faster spawn, and they accelerate the spawns of the players on DWW. So now they have to play this carefully, and it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. They're going to be able to find No Way and DWW here. Gimme and Slice Rogue teaming up for the pick onto, I believe that was DWW. Sears falls. Gimme finding another pick for the collection. Gimme tries to get through in the chaos onto Javert, but will not be able to. Does not find a successful sack. Bong coming forward from the demo, who is uber charged. Chariot from the scout. They find nothing in this Uber. DWW falls to Grape Juice inside of lobby by concrete. Khaltonus falls. Grape Juice falls to Dolly and No Way. Two soldiers have fallen for the side of Team Khaltonus, but they managed to even out the clock at least for a moment, as now DWW ticks down the time in their favor once more. And now Khaltonus out on concrete, full uber advantage, looking to take as much space as possible before having to use, looking to flip the point without having to use at all. So they're bombing forward, DWW going in. Beautiful bomb! Oh my goodness, the one rocket force to send them up into the sky. Goodness me. And now, with things evened out, DWW on the short, or DWW pulled the short end of the stick here, rather. Stay a player disad. They do have uber advantage, however, so hopefully for DWW fans, they can make this one work. They clear the sticky. Soldier out. Grape Juice in to block the push. DWW falls as Khaltonus is able to turn around and mop up that pick, but Khaltonus could soon fall themselves. Will not, however, for the time being, as Sears has to back away from the house. 10 seconds left on the clock for the side of Team DWW. They have to get in fast, and they have to get in now. They get a little bit of cap time on the point here. They hold on to that Uber. They do not yet use, but Grape Juice in from behind to get the force. Gimme forces, Gimme gets the pick onto Sears, rather, and now Greg Club falls. 15 seconds, Khaltonus up on Slice, trying to get some good damage. It will be successful. They find the pick onto Javert. There's a lot of point presence from the side of Team Khaltonus. This could be a round win for them, as they have no cap time on the side of Team DWW. But wait a moment. There's a little bit of cap time coming out from the side of Team DWW. Ooh, goodness me, Team WW, rather, as they try to play around this. And now, cap time coming back in for the side of Team Khaltonus. At the very last second, Soldier gets on the point, but the cap time is nullified by the players on the point. And that will be another round for Team... sorry, that will be the first round for Team Khaltonus, as Team DWW trying to recover from this one in this fourth round here. A little bit of spam. Danger of the point, Khaltonus, or Grape Juice rather. Actually, Grape Juice and Khaltonus both getting in. Oh my goodness, and Greg Club as well. It is a nuclear bomb from the side of Team Khaltonus. They are getting a lot of value there as they find Fist and Javert. That is a masterful, masterful play right there, as they are able to get those two picks. Now they'll probably be able to find DWW here as well. They're getting a lot of great value, but in the tail end of that chaos, they lose Slice Rogue. So they're going to have to play around this on the side of Team Khaltonus. A little bit of spam over the point takes down Khaltonus to a super low HP. Not quite able to mop up the kill. Stickies being thrown from Greg Club. Big bomb coming in from the side of... Oh my god! Great shoot! Throws Fist into the air. Doesn't care that he's getting bombed himself. Takes out Fist. Soldier for demo trade. Beautiful, but you lose Khaltonus in that as well. And DWW finds a rocket on a Slice Rogue. The frame before they fall. Oh my goodness me. And now Javert, full Uber ad for the side of Team DWW. It is four-man territory for the side of Team Khaltonus here. Slice Rogue finally spawning. At this point, you fall back, you regroup, you get buffed. You try to figure out what you're going to do. You don't have too much time disad, but you can't let this grow into something more. Grape Juice, bombing high, fading away. And now, a little bit of a lull, as I think they try to set up their next four-man, potentially. Slice Rogue playing on concrete. Now the pressure from Greg Club and Grape Juice over the point, but they back away very quickly. Irzi tries to aid in the pressure, but also has to back away. Gimme will go down to DWW as the pressure comes through from concrete. That Uber will finally get used on the side of Team DWW. They chase down Slice Rogue. They chase down everybody. Khaltonus, Irzi, Slice Rogue, they all fall. It is a 3-kill Uber as they look for more, but Grape Juice yet again living behind. No spawners on this side of Team DWW, so all they have to do is be wary of Grape Juice being alive behind them. Be aware that at any moment they can send in a bomb. Irzi falls, so that prevents Grape Juice from being able to do anything for the time being. Getting into the red house now, playing in the back staircase. Eyes behind Greg Club will find the pick on the no way as they are too deep inside of lobby. They have to back away. Grape Juice tries to get in. Dolly spots them and will find the pick. Sears falls. Khaltonus able to find the rocket. A lot of good damage going towards Fist, but they do not mop up the kill. But wait a minute, this could change very quickly as a soldier bombs through Khaltonus. They managed to make Fist crater by the launch pad. And despite all of their effort, they do fall now. Khaltonus getting a lot of good value in that life. A lot of good damage. Now Grape Juice getting in through the house. Getting some good damage on wood. Will fall. No one to mop up on it. Gimme in the house here, looking to find something. Khaltonus spawning. Soldier bombing forward onto Slice. Sears 12 HP has to get an arrow from the beam, but the point is converted for Team DWW. Minute worth of time advantage here. Blue team, Khaltonus playing on wood. Khaltonus, the namesake, through house onto concrete, mopped up by No Way. Playing very close, both Ubers coming out at approximately the same time, but looking a little bit better for the side of Team DWW as they try their absolute best to make things work, and they make it work wonders as Fist. The stickies on to Greg Club, mopping up the damage. Now Gimme falls as well. Some good damage going towards the concrete, but none of the pipes connect. Only roller damage going through, but now they have the opportunity to play forward and get some good damage in through the doorways. 15 seconds on the clock for Team DWW. This could be a very quick round conversion, but with Ubers even across the board. Oh my goodness. Red Club goes down. Big bomb from DWW. No way going to be able to mop a lot of damage. Sears finding a lot of kills as well. They managed to get Gimme in on the point, so they're getting a lot of cap time here. And this is a lot of pressure, but Slice Rogue falls, and Greg Club is the last one standing. I don't think there's a way that they get to the point in time. And that is a third round in favor of DWW. They are 1 round away from winning this show match in the 2-map sweep. And now we advance on to match point. Khaltonus definitely still can come back from this. They've demonstrated they can get rounds on the board. But will they be able to? Remains the question. Red Club, aggressive over the point. Finding some good damage, but nobody can really continue up on that spam. Gimme playing aggressive on the point. Khaltonus could be a free pick here. And yes, they will. Sears bombing forward. They find a pick by the stairs. Big bomb coming in from Grape Juice as they transition toward the house to try and find a pick onto Javert. They get a rocket off, but there is nobody to kill them. And now DWW falls as well. Gimme able to mop up that pick, but now wait a minute. No way. Getting in very deep, getting a lot of good damage into the demo's face, but will be forced away. Sticky on the whatever the heck this thing is, by the concrete stairs. But wait a minute, no ways in again. They find the pick under Red Club. Goodness me. They should not be able to get on a second time. Khaltonus will fall. Earsy trades out with no way there, but 2-for-1 deal right now in favor of Team DWW. 20 seconds off the clock. Ubers are even for both teams. Grape Juice spotting through Blue House. Trying to get some good damage. Demo spamming through on the side of DWW, but that Uber used from the side of Team Khaltonus. They take it through the house. Now Soldier bombing forward. Khaltonus tries to get in their face, and they force out that Uber. And now things will collapse as Team DWW trying to get forward. Sticky's getting cleared as opposed to chasing for picks, and that will spell the end of the Uber. Big bomb coming in from Khaltonus, but they're not going to be able to mop any damage. But wait a minute, Red Club is in from the top rope. They find the pick on a Javert with the stickies. Now Earsy falls, but they have to try and mop up everything here as Javert is down. Fist will fall. Gimme and Earsy are the only ones who have fallen out. Grape Juice, now Greg Club. It is essentially a 4-man here as they back out. Slice Rogue to safety in the chaos. Points still in favor, however, of the set of Team DWW. They have not flipped the point on the side of Khaltonus. Bomb coming in from DWW. Going behind. Will get met. Oh my goodness, will get met by Khaltonus, but that's an immediate trade out. Gimme air shot by DWW. But at the end of it all, no way. Trying to get on the concrete. Does not find anything, so really it's all for naught there as essentially send in a 2-man. Both of your remaining players trying to keep your beam alive as best as possible. Fist will fall. Segmented from the rest of the team, I think caught in, so. Point finally flipped for the side of Khaltonus. Minute of time disadvantage. DWW looking for an opportunity to turn this around. Even Ubers, 4-man time if I have ever seen one. Potentially going to be looking for some kind of exchange of the point here though, as they are just getting in through Blue House for free. There's no good positioning from the side of Team Khaltonus as No Way able to get in onto Greg Club. A lot of good damage. Khaltonus finds a pick on a Dolly. Now they've got players segmented on wood. DWW will fall to the hands of Gimme with Team Khaltonus bunched up in Red's lower, in DWW's lower, in their own home. They are bunched up. Sears getting robbed by map geometry. No splash going towards Slice Rogue. They will survive. 2 players down for 2 players, even Ubers, but the positioning is in favor of Team Khaltonus, but they're conceding a lot and very fast. Big bomb coming in from DWW to get a lot of good damage on the Slice Rogue. They're going to be able to hunt a pick. Now Dolly falls as well. DWW and Javert fall. It is med for med trade here as Greg Club falls as well. DWW able to find another pick, but Khaltonus on top of the demo. Fist will fall. The Rockets do connect, and now the 2v1 inside of lobby. Sears and Grape Juice, they trade essentially a six-man, I suppose, for the side of DWW to try and get some kind of advantage, but it does not pan out. Time disadvantage non-existent at this point as Team Khaltonus slowly entering the advantageous state. Ubers are a little bit in favor of Team Khaltonus. Dolly falls. DWW looking for something. Will be able to find Slice Rogue. Traded out by Greg Club. Javert with the Uber. Now has to be careful. Grape Juice looking to get in through lobby, but the pressure from the house. Grape Juice bombs in. Javert is all on their own. They have to link up with somebody behind. Oh my goodness gracious me. Sears finds Gimme. That's traded out with Earsy. And now 2 players down for both teams. Time advantage for the side. Team Khaltonus. 1:14 on the clock for DWW. Winnable for both teams here. Team Khaltonus looking to remain in the fight. But at the moment, DWW could end it all with one great play. Sears and Dolly do fall. That force coming out from the side of Javert. A lot of good damage coming their way. They managed to find Slice Road Fist, finding the pick with the quickies that connect. They need to get on top of the point here, though, and prevent overtime from happening if they would like to win this show match. They're waiting for spawners before they cap. They don't want to deny anybody. They don't want to accelerate anybody's spawns. They want to make them wait for as long as possible. Fist finding the pick on a Grape Juice. Pressure coming in from the side of Team Khaltonus, but Gimme should fall. Never mind, they escaped. Their direct does not connect inside of lobby. Khaltonus will fall to the hands of No Way. Point flipped, a minute on the clock for Team DWW. Team Khaltonus again, looking to remain in the fight. Sniper, Gimme up on it. Swapping now. Using up a little bit of valuable time here, but they've still got a little bit to work with. Uber disadvantage, but neither team has it online yet. Javert could fall. Javert will fall. Khaltonus is able to get through concrete and find that crucial pick, but now the real question is, can they capitalize? DWW trades it. They find Khaltonus and Earsy. No way able to find that pick on a Khaltonus. DWW falls on concrete, but the pinch coming in from Dolly. They get a lot of good damage on the Grape Juice, and they somehow manage to survive for the time being. Gimme finding the final shot to end Dolly. 20 seconds left on the clock. Greg Club turning around to take down Sears, who manages to get away. For the time being, Khaltonus connects the rocket as they have the skill stick out. 4 players alive to defend the point in favor of DWW. 8 seconds on the clock, slowly ticking down. No way will fall. The point is about to flip. Uber comes out from the side of Team Khaltonus, and I think we're going to a round 6 as Team Khaltonus is able to get in on the point. Double overtime. And now, still match point, but it is definitely anyone's game. The winner up in the air. There is nobody you can confidently say will win this match. Team Khaltonus, signs of life. DWW, signs of struggle. No real spam getting traded over the point here. Both teams playing a little bit further back. Slice Rogue playing by that rock. Dangerous position to be in. If a soldier gets in, you could face a death here. Khaltonus, Gimme, and Grape Juice are in behind. Grape Juice with the skill stick, taken down by No Way. Javert falls, DWW falls as well. Now they have to try and salvage by finding the pick onto Slice Rogue. But Slice Rogue so far back, protected by their team in a fortress. You could say a team fortress. That Uber remains in their favor. Team Khaltonus. Team DW, they have to play back now. Probably going to be looking at some kind of 4-man. We do, I believe, see Dolly trying to get through, and they will be taking this Uber on the side of Team Khaltonus. Very deep. Grape Juice will be one of, actually, they'll be the only one to fall for the time being. Gimme very low, could potentially die, but Greg Club able to find the pick onto Sears. This is a nuclear Uber, which, I mean, this is just perfect for the side of Team Khaltonus. The Juicer strikes once more. They're pushing out on the side of DWW through wood. Getting over the point. DWW focusing down Greg Club, trying to find the free pick. Walks over the sticky. Ample time to react to it. Just does not maneuver effectively. Sears, how are you not dead? Sears just manages to survive somehow. Khaltonus and No Way, they trade out. Slice Rogue, I think that's the first med frag of the entire series. Fist will fall. Gimme finding that. 3 kill streak. Khaltonus the only one dead, the namesake. Fist still respawning. Just a second ago, No Way came up. Minute and 16 on the clock for the side of Team Khaltonus. 2 minutes of time this ad for the side of Team DWW. This could go 3-3. We could go to the 7th round to see who will walk away with the win here. Apologies for my super ungodly squeaky chair. Uber getting taken over the point for the side of Team DWW. They're trying to mop up as many kills as they can, but that counter pop coming out from the side of Team Khaltonus now. They find the pick onto Dolly. Irzy will be able to find that. Now the pick onto DWW, who's in on concrete, way too far forward for this positioning. Now No Way will fall. They are trying to send in as many people as they can onto concrete, and they're able to find the pick onto Javert. Grape Juice strikes once more, and now Greg Club with the pick onto Sears. Fist falls. It's a team wipe for the side of Team Khaltonus. Now they'll wait. Oh, they're not going to wait for Grape Juice. They're going to deny him. Accelerate the spawns of Team DWW. Now, Uber advantage for the side of Team Khaltonus. But traditional forward hold cannot happen. Don't have the Uber. Coming over the point now, Team DWW. Trying to get as much pressure as they possibly can, and they're getting a lot of cap time here as well. This is what I'm talking about. You're trying to inch your way into an advantageous position. 25 seconds on the clock for Team Khaltonus. 2:30 for DWW. Uber coming over the point for Team Khaltonus. They're going to be able to find Dolly. Now Fist as well. Sears will find Khaltonus, but that doesn't really matter. That's Dolly and Fist. Scout and Demo. Now DWW will fall. Grape Juice dies for it. 3 for 3 here. This could turn out to be good for DWW, but Sears falls with nobody there to defend them. A lot of cap time here, however. We could see a potential fight from DWW to try and get in. That Uber will get used, and they will be moving toward the point. They are trying to make a funnel for their players, but they're not going to be able to. Fist will fall. Cap time on the point here, however, as they are too focused on the concrete, waiting for Fist respawn. They don't want to deny him, but this could cost them if Team Khaltonus is able to rally here. No Way, flipping the point. Team Khaltonus, 2.5 minutes roughly, 2:20 now, to form a response. Overtime, 1 cap, seals it all, and takes it to 3-3. Whoever wins the next one will take home the win of the map. Spam, traded over the point. A lot of good stickies from the side of DWW. Carpeting, sectioning off the point, preventing players from accessing lanes, preventing them from accessing this front of the point, but they're going to rotate and take the house. Uber through the blue house, and they don't have anybody looking at the point. The scout is just sitting on top of the point and is able to flip it for free. And that will take us to a 7th round. It is 3-3. Team DWW is on the verge of not getting reverse swept, but pretty close. They could lose it all here if they do not play carefully. Good spam coming in from Greg Club. Sectioning off a lot of the grass here. Double bomb coming through from Grape Juice, and I believe Khaltonus there dying first. Greg Club weak will fall. Javert will fall, however, so it is all good for the side of Team Khaltonus. They give the point for the side DWW. But in conceding the objective, they maintain Uber advantage. They'll have a better position going into this. They'll have an opportunity. Well, they won't have a better position if they lose Gimme like that to DWW, who's hiding in Z. But they pressure out on concrete anyway. They know they can make things happen with this Uber. We've seen it before, and we're probably going to see it again unless DWW can have things click very, very soon. No Uber used just yet. 40 Uber ad for the side of Team Khaltonus as it slowly dwindles. DWW getting forward, trying to bomb in onto the beam. They land a shovel, but it's a butter. There's nothing there. Actually, Khaltonus shovels fist. I guess that's what I heard. As Sears falls as well to Earsy. And now, still uber ad for the side of Team Khaltonus, but not for long. Only one soldier holding concrete here. This could show weakness that Team DWW is able to capitalize on. They managed to take this space in lobby, but they're not really going to be able to hold on to it here. This is kind of flimsy. Dolly will fall. Red Club finds the pipes that connect to mop up that kill. Now, Grape Juice peeking forward. Fist trying to spam out towards concrete, and now they get a lot of good time off of the point here by playing aggressive. Red Club falls. Fist finding the stickies, but traded out by Grape Juice. DWW will fall. Khaltonus could potentially perish inside of Red House. That will happen. They drop out. Point flips for the side of DWW here. They're slowly taking time off of the point. 1 for 1. Could potentially be a 2 for 1. Grape Juice looking to find a pick here. Fist will fall. Gimme able to take that Uber over. Now the Uber from Team DWW as they waddle across the point, trying to find whatever they can. Sears will fall as Earsy is able to pick up that pick in the tail end of that Uber. A lot of good damage coming in toward Wood. 2 free soldier picks here for Red Club and Earsy as they waddle forward and mop up on the single pipe that deals 100 roughly to both. No way finds Red Club, but that's going to be too little too late as Earsy manages to trade that out. 3 players down for the side of Team DWW. 30 seconds of time advantage for Team Khaltonus. They're pressuring out from Wood. They get a pick onto Earsy. Dolly will fall. Oh my goodness. Khaltonus sent into the stratosphere. The second med frag of the game comes through from Javert. Red Club and Grape Juice fall, however. 4 down for the side of Team Khaltonus as they try their absolute best to send in some kind of 4-man onto Javert, but an uneventful 4-man to say the least. No picks to really speak of that are notable here. Another attempt to bust out through the concrete here. 97%, 99, 100% for the Uber on Team DWW. 90 for Slice Rogue, losing a lot of players very rapidly. You need to be careful here. You could lose this one shot at redemption. Greg Club stays in far too deep, taken down by Sears, who then spots for the spawn. They know the Ubers are even. They know things are dire. Time almost even in the final round of this show match. Pressure from concrete into lobby. Uber coming out from the side of Team Khaltonus in the immediate repop from Team DWW. They're chasing in deep, trying to find whatever they can. Body block attempted from, I believe this is Earsy, unsuccessful. They escape. Ubers are used just to get them off of the table. Less than a minute left on the clock for Team DWW, and that's 3 players down for the side of Team Khaltonus. They have to play back. Greg Club could fall, but they managed to escape. Now pressure again from concrete. DWW getting a lot of good value. So just want to say, no way up there with 115 points, almost tying their Medin score. Just want to put that out there. Putting on a clinic right now. A lot of good damage coming from DWW onto Wood. Big bomb coming in from DWW. A lot of good damage coming in here. This is the collapse that they were waiting for. 20 seconds left on the clock for Team DWW, and they're able to find 2 on the lower ground. Fist and Javert go down. However, Team DWW is bleeding, hemorrhaging players even. Sears watching lobby, bombing toward the point. They spawn Gimme going for the house, and now Khaltonus inside of the house as well. Point flip 2 seconds away from the winning tick for Team DWW. Minute and 5 on the clock for Team Khaltonus. Pressure from concrete. Bomb coming in from the namesake. Getting a lot of good damage on the fist. Gimme will fall. There is a scout down. 50 seconds on the clock for Team Khaltonus. 2 on the clock for DWW. Effectively overtime. Cap time. A lot of cap time in their favor. It is just Greg Club trying to pressure forward, but the help from Grape Juice, they find Fist. Grape Juice gets rid out, but that's a sort of a demo. They have to get on top of the point. They have to get on top of the point. And DWW, they walked away. They kill all players on the point. Nobody is close enough to get back on. And Team Khaltonus, despite the glimmer of hope, will lose on Bagel It's a sweep of the series for Team DWW. No tie. A 2-0 for maps. And that, probably the best show match I think I've covered. So now I get to go pull up the logs once more. Take a brief look at those before my throat gives out on me. And I misspelled logs TF, GG. Where is it? This. It is this one. Got logs here. I got them. Got them. My beautiful, beautiful logs. All right. And now, filtering by DPM, ibuprofen fan, Red Club, sitting up there, 361. Surprisingly enough, DWW, even though they got a lot of value, only at 355, Group Juice at 340. This is a really high damage game across the board. And cleanup crew from Earsy here. Gimme playing a little bit better into that cleanup crew role. Earsy was playing a lot of flanks, got a lot of impactful plays, and wasn't really playing for these like super big, fights where they're doing 1 billion damage and everything. But no way. 50, 19, and 18. If we want to talk cleanup crew, we want to talk the pioneer, we want to talk the leader, we look at No Way right here. Taking fights, taking charge, taking aggression, 50 kills. I mean, it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself right here. And looking at these heals, I mean, not too crazy of a diff, but quick look at the logs. My throat's about to give out on me. So that is going to do it for us tonight. Tune in on the 10th and 11th of January, Saturday, Sunday, and for playoffs, the 17th and 18th of January, also the weekend. So if you want to tune in to the Newbie Cup, watch the actual newbies duke it out as opposed to these coaches, that is the time you want to tune in. But that is going to do it for us tonight here on Fireside. I think that's actually the last cast of the year. So now we'll see you in January whenever we do that. But that's all. We will see you in January. Goodbye.